Just a couple years ago, we were practically oil independent. So much so, we started selling it and grew our economy just a little. Yesterday, gasoline prices hit record highs per the Washington State Journal. The price for U.S. gasoline hit a record high, tracking a surge in global energy markets and showing how the war in Ukraine is having far reaching economic consequences. The spiraling cost of filling up your tank adds fresh pressure on American households already dealing with the quickest inflation in decades, and this could crimp economic growth by curbing spending on other items. Well, gas has hit an all time high. That's right, folks, all time. And will only continue to go up now that Biden bans Russian oil imports. And really, what does Biden care? What do these rich Democrat elites care? I'm pretty sure they don't. Inflation, like the pandemic, will turn into another power grab, a way to advance their agenda. This is why I say our democracy ended a while ago, the very democracy these same Democrats claim to be fighting for. If you're confused by that, I'm saying we're more of an oligarchy. What do I mean by that? Well, if you don't know what an oligarchy is, basically it's when a society splits into two and you have a wealthy elite class that makes all the decisions for everybody else. So, how is this further evidence our democracy in America is already ended? Well, when you have people like Stephen Colbert come out and say things like, I'm willing to sacrifice a few dollars at the pump to do the right thing. Oh, by the way, I drive a Tesla, ha ha ha. And then Pete Buttigieg comes out for the second time, as if he didn't learn a lesson the first time with all the backlash he got, suggesting we should all get an electric vehicle. Yeah, sure, we all have 20 plus K lying around, and that would be for a used electric vehicle. Not to mention, we really don't have the infrastructure in America to support uh, such a move. To move every American over to electric cars, it just makes no sense. And I mean, can you even afford a car payment right now as the cost of everything is going up? You'll practically need a loan just to get gas to go to the car place to buy the electrical car. I'm kidding, but I mean, no one's going to be able to afford an electric car right now. It's just absolutely absurd. But you get the point. See, these people are not living in the same reality the rest of us are, and they get to tell us what to do. They make our decisions, like banning oil from Russia, that is going to drive the cost of everything up. So get ready, everyone. These people like Biden are American oligarchs. They have enough money for this. The, this will not impact them. The concept of sacrifice is completely lost on them. They have no idea what it's like to walk in our shoes. Like a lot of you, I've had to make a lot of sacrifices. The last couple years has been pretty difficult. The pandemic was hard on me like it was hard on a lot of you. And now here we go with possibly the worst inflation ever right after the pandemic. This will split us even more in terms of social economics. For a brief moment, a feeling of hope came over many of us the last couple weeks with all the mandates coming to an end. Some of us even started picturing life returning to some sort of normalcy. People started going back to the office. I don't know, man. I don't know what's next. I'm worried. I'm worried about our current administration and what they'll decide to do next, and and what all these wealthy folks are going to do about it. Probably nothing. They're just going to go along with it because, like I said, when you have enough money, inflation doesn't really impact you. It doesn't hurt you. You can just keep moving on with your life. I'm not saying Republicans are much better by any stretch, but for some reason, I just feel like Democrat elites just want to tear our country down. Anyway, an unnamed report has surfaced that Putin has terminal bowel cancer. I hate no name reports and why I think this is propaganda, and you should ignore it. It might be our sad attempt to try to stifle the Russian military, but I think it's a lame move, if that is the case. Putin's 69 years old. He's old. Old people have health problems. If you haven't noticed, or at least the last time I cared to look this up, our life expectancies are actually going down. We eat like shit and we have way too much stress. So even if Putin has cancer, so what? You you would think he'll do anything because of that, but I don't actually buy that. I don't think that Putin will just start firing off nukes and create a bigger conflict just because he thinks he's going to die. And I have said before, and I do still believe this, that he's the type of guy that wants his name to last and to go on, and he wants to make history. But I also think he wants to be around for a little bit longer to continue to make that history and be able to see his plans come to fruition and see things through. So I don't know. I don't think he's that type of guy. I think he's gonna if this is true, I think he's gonna try to beat cancer. The only reason I bring that up is because there's so many BS stories out there right now, and it's kind of why I wait to do the RooneyBin show every single day right now because it, I don't have a lot of time to spend on these shows, and I got to weed out the BS stories. And like this RooneyBin is just one big rant. I only went off one news story and some of the things I heard, but really just how I feel about inflation, how I feel about our Democrat elites, and how I think they really are tearing down this country with their policies. So I'm a little nervous right now. I don't know. But what do I know? I'm just some schmuck sharing his opinion with you guys. We've already seen reports of wheat, lumber, now steel. Gas is going to drive everything else up. A lot of this is Biden's fault. I hope it doesn't get as bad as it sounds. The media needs ratings. Shows like this needs views. We must be careful with every dollar right now. So let's just all move with caution. Let's be patient. Um, some positive news though. It sounds like Aaron Rodgers is coming back to the Green Bay Packers. Sorry if you're not a Packer fan. I love my Packers. I'm a big football fan. Something you're probably going to get to know if you start following the Jay Rooney Show on YouTube and Rumble. If you haven't already, please go check me out. Subscribe. Hit all those likes. I would really appreciate that. I definitely need your support right now. So I don't want to finish the show today on a negative or just leave you hanging on some sports. So check out this. Here's some news that I found a little bit earlier this week. A mysterious new substance may have been found in the Earth's core. There's a lot that we don't know about Earth, like how was life on Earth created? But we also don't know a lot about the makeup of our own planet itself, like how old is the Earth's core? A new study may turn everything we think we know about the Earth's inner core on its head. Now, researchers say the Earth's core isn't a solid, compromised ball of iron alloy. It also isn't a completely liquid core either. Instead, the new study proposes that the Earth's inner core is a mushy mixture of elements such as silicon, carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. The researchers published the paper in the journal Nature on February 9th, and it offers an interesting look into the core of our planet. Initially, scientists believed the Earth's inner core was composed of a highly compressed ball of solid iron and alloy. However, the findings showcased in the paper that it seemed to point towards something completely different. Well, there you go. We all learn something new every single day. Hopefully, that's by design. Don't forget about your own personal growth during these really difficult times. This is often when we grow the most and find out who we really are. So stay strong, keep working out, keep working hard. This was a Rooney Bin edition. Have a healthy day. Jay Rooney Show.